Hey guys, welcome back to another Cultured Boys discussion. I'm Pepe and I'm joined by Nathan, and today we're just chatting. Yeah, no
Oi.
subject, nothing like that. We're just gonna be talking.
Okay. Yeah.
I
I
keep
was
Nathan on edge every time I do an intro on just chatting because he's like, what was he gonna say? He's gonna say something. He's gonna say something bad. And go, I have to bleep it, but no.
well, yeah, because like after the one time, it's like, oh god,
I
it's
feel
just
like
gonna
it's
happen
been
again.
multiple times. Like it might have been one time, might have been multiple times. Who knows? How you doing, Nate? You good?
Yeah, I'm alright, mate. I'm alright. How you doing?
Yeah, yeah, not too bad. It's been a busy old week, to be honest. Like amongst getting the last edit done. The Switch 2 also released, so I was also like, I gotta fit some time in for that that nonsense.
Oh man. Oh man. So
uh,
sad, man. Like that's been my socials all week.
yeah. Oh,
It's
I can
like,
imagine.
oh,
Yeah.
everyone's like, it's not here yet. It's not here yet. To like, oh, it's here. And now everybody, I'm just like, fuck you guys. I'm out here still playing my
it's
Switch One.
I think there's one thing, like realistically though, apart from Mario Kart World, you can get by with a few things. That's the one thing. It's
Yeah.
like that's one thing. Like it's a nice thing to have the Switch 2 on day one, but like for a fact there's a lot of things that you can wait for it. You don't need to have it on the day one. Like you got the Donkey Kong coming out a bit later, like in what, a
Yeah,
month's
but you
time,
know me,
and you got Pokemon.
man. It's a race. It's not even because I'm like, oh, I want the new toy. It's literally because I'm
Yeah,
like, it's new Mario Kart, right? And I
yeah.
can't play because it's not on the Switch One because it won't run on the Switch One properly. So I'm literally out here just like, fuck my
Well,
life.
next time I'm down, I'll bring it down with me, and we can all have a big like play around with it and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So like, at least you can experience it at least the slightest way.
yeah, true,
it
true.
is fun though. It is a really fun game. Like there's a lot of new stuff that's come out in it. Like the knockout thing's really fun. The increased amount of races it's a really good time with the game. It's one of those ones that like justifying is it still is it 80 quid here or is it 75 here? I know it's $80
No
in the
idea.
US or like
I
100.
haven't looked. Obviously, not buying one. I don't need to know, so I
Yeah,
haven't
no, you don't
looked.
look into. Yeah, it's one of those things. I always knew I was gonna get the bundle, so I haven't actually looked at the individual price
Fair.
of Mario Kart. But like to say it's more than like 50, 60 quid is a bit much. It's a great game, but is it at the price point? Oh no, I think it's hard to justify anything to be like £80, £100, or whatever it may be.
Looks like it's 75.
75 here, yeah. It's probably like, yeah, the markup in the US. And it's £75 game. I don't think there's many games I'd say that are £75. Like, unless like it's literally the best game from day one launch. Like it's a good game, but like, yeah, I
The
wouldn't.
only games I can think that are that price are normally like the collector's edition, the ultimate you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like the pre-order bonus one that like, and even then, that's not technically you're buying the game at that price. You're buying all the shit that comes with it.
You're buying you're buying like the season pass. You're getting
Yeah.
the little figure that you get with it, which
The
is like the steel book.
stickers and the steel, yeah, you know, the tap.
Yeah. They're like, remember when like collector's editions actually used to be really good? I
Yeah.
think there used to be like a time where you'd be like, oh, that is actually a really cool thing to get with it. Like I remember the Soul Calibur 5 collector's edition, right? And it
Mm.
was basically like, because the whole premise of that thing is like, oh, here's a story, a tale of swords and stuff like that. And the collector's edition was literally like a book thing where you open up the games inside and you got like, it's literally like, it looks like a book. And it was like,
Oh,
that
nice.
was a cool one. I think Triangle Strategies one kind of had a book feel as well to it, to be fair. So I think that was probably like one of the last collector's editions that I really like enjoyed like having. That was like a cool, and it came with like some dice as well, some like
Oh, nice.
stuff you don't need really. Well, that's one thing in collector's editions, you don't need this shit, but it's like it's quite cool to have.
I mean, I always think back to the one and only collector's edition I ever bought, or like the pre-order bonus one, like, and it's always Yakuza 6 because it came with two glasses, whiskey stones, and two coasters. The coasters are
Yeah,
cheap as
that's
fuck, right? But like the
yeah, yeah.
glasses are really nice, and they've got like the clan patterns, they got like the dragons and stuff, and it was like it looks fucking sick.
That's actually cool because that's actual like collector merchy kind of stuff. Like
Yeah,
I
right.
remember the original Hyrule Warriors one on the Wii U came with Link's scarf that he wears in that game.
Oh yeah, it did, didn't
And
it? Yeah,
I
yeah.
tried to get it, but, like, and at the time when you actually had to go to in-store to pre-order certain,
Mm.
like, bonuses like that, and they were like, "No, we ain't got that." So I was like, "I'll just take the normal edition then." It's my fault for not pre-ordering it, to be fair, but, like, it is what it is. But no, like, Mario Kart World is good. It's a really fun game. Just, like, I don't know if I'd pay £75 for any game, let alone that, unless it, like, yeah, that's it, that's like, like a standalone game. It's hard to justify. That's a tough one. Um, but no, it's fun. What was it? I've also learnt today about the new Sonic racing game.
Yes,
Have you
I
seen the stuff with
saw
that?
some stuff. Yeah, I that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, like the lineup is like because it feels like because when they announced a new Sonic racing game, I was like, oh, it's just gonna be a Sonic racing game. It's not gonna
Mm.
be like an All Stars or an All Stars Transformed. At least it's not Sonic Team Sonic Racing. At least it's a step forward of that. But no, the lineup is what is it? Hatsune Miku.
Yeah.
You've got what was it? Joker.
Yep.
And you've got is it Ichiban
Yep.
from Yakuza
Yep.
7? Yeah. And you got Steve. Like not just Steve, you've got all the little Minecraft variants of those
See, that's the
characters.
crazy one. Steve of all
Mhm.
characters. You know what
Like
I
the
mean?
other
I'm like
3 kind of
the
make
rest of
sense because of the
yeah.
IP, you know what I mean? Yeah, like
Well, because Sega's done all of well, not all, but like a lot of the Hatsune Miku games,
mhm.
so that makes sense. Obviously,
Yakuza's a no-brainer.
Sega, yeah, Yakuza
Yeah.
is a no-brainer, and then obviously Joker's also a no-brainer because Atlas is owned by Sega. So like those make sense, and then it's just Minecraft out of nowhere. You're like, what?
Yeah. I was talking to my friend today about it as well, and he said apparently there's leaks, right?
Hmm.
That the next 3 characters that are gonna be in it are SpongeBob, it's Aang from the Avatar, and, the TMNT characters, so it's Nickelodeon pack, basically.
What the hell?
That's what he said to me. Right, whether it's bullshit, I haven't even fact checked him. I just accepted that he told me these things, that he's seen gameplay, and I'm like, that
Okay,
is
like
mad if it's true, but, like, it's like
it is mad because Nickelodeon, regardless of success, has always done their own kart racer.
yeah. But they've never
So
really been popping off though, really. Those kart races, they made 3 of them, but, like, when has anyone been like, "Oh, you know what, Nickelodeon, all stuff," yeah.
regardless of success, they've normally done their own kart races, their own arena fighters. Like Nickelodeon do their own stuff. So
Yeah.
like the fact that they would license out their characters for a different kart racer kind of trips me up a little bit.
Yeah, it sounds a little sus, but we'll see how if that happens, that might
I-
be
If it happens, that would be nuts. Because I mean, like, what? None of those characters have any link to Sonic in any way, shape, or
no.
form. Do you know what I mean? Like, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I don't think have any link to Sonic. Aang definitely has no link to Sonic. Like,
Yeah.
SpongeBob definitely has no link to Sonic. So I got no idea. Then again, Steve also.
I mean, I think they're really, really pushing for the Smash Brosy kind of like, hey, look, everyone, like not everyone's here, but just a massive crossover. They're attempting the crossover thing, and arguably, it's fucking working on me. I'm like, yeah, I want to fucking buy this Sonic racing game now. Like, it looks
Well,
like it's nuts.
I'm tempted by that racing game, Sonic game anyway, because
Yeah.
again, apparently that's the one that the initial D arcade team have worked on.
Ah, okay, yeah.
So I'd imagine the driving physics are pretty good.
Hmm.
Hopefully, the online code is way better than
Oh
Team
my
Sonic
god, yeah.
Racing because that was
Jeez.
awful.
Yeah,
You could
I
oh
have
my god.
I've repressed memories of that. I completely forgot how
Yeah.
bad the online was until you brought it up just then. I just thought it was a bad game. I didn't really enjoy the game at all. But then you brought up the code thing, and that was yeah, that
Well,
was
yeah, because like, the reason I was like, "It's an okay racing game. It's fine, right?
mhm.
It's alright. It's not
Uh,
too bad."
yeah,
But at the
no.
same time, it's really bad when you and a massive group of friends get together to try and play, and many of you can't get through even half a race before you get
Mm.
disconnected from the lobby.
I think there's a lot of things about that experience that kind of sullied my opinion on Team Sonic Racing. I think it may have also been the fact that like we were in a lobby of like 9 or 10 people when it happened,
Yeah,
and I kind of got overloaded by the amount of screaming that went on in that, and that was quite a lot.
yeah.
And it was mixed with that and the code and like everything that was kicking off with that. But I think I was like, nah, it was the culmination of everything. Maybe like the way I describe Team Sonic Racing is probably worse than what it actually is. But there's a lot of factors that went into my experience there, which kind of just like, oh god, that was a lot.
Yeah, I also don't look back on that time fondly.
No,
It
no, that
it
was
was sensory
like
overload for sure.
it was. I think this is the one thing as well when it comes down to those kart racer games, right? Because at this point, there's so many different spin-offs. So you've got like the DreamWorks one, you've got the Nickelodeon one, you got the
Yeah.
Sonic one, you got Garfield kart. Like there's like
Oh
so many
yes,
of
God, I
these.
forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, that's it. Like, I always see it on like sale on the eShop and stuff. But
Oh.
like everything, like none of them compared to Mario Kart. So it's like it's always a tough one because like, it's the same way when someone tries to make a Smash Bros clone. There's very
Mm.
few out there which I'd actually like be like, oh, I really enjoyed that. There's some which have come close. They're, like, don't get me wrong. Like there's some like I remember when the Warner Brothers one came out. I played that for a little bit. That was actually quite fun. That, but it
Oh,
was the
multiverses. Yeah, 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 yeah.
multiverses, yeah. Like I enjoyed it, and then it just got to the point where it was the like pay to play kind of stuff, and arguably I don't vibe with that as much. Just give me a full roster of characters. I don't want to be like trying to aim to do all this like I don't want to be having to pay to unlock them or like having to do so much more like grinding to unlock them. Like it's ag.
They did a bunch of balancing and it like relaunched, but like I never went back after the relaunch. To be fair, I never properly played it, like because we all managed to get like in the
Mm.
beta,
Yeah, yeah.
and then it was like that was fun, and then I didn't play it
Mm.
again.
No, they literally the moment they brought back the game, like after the beta, after they did that like little like shutdown thing, I had no motivation to go back into it. I think it was the same for a lot of people though. That was the case for it.
Mm.
It was just one of those ones where like no one felt like they wanted to go back to multiverses. It lost so much of its fan base, and you can understand why it's at the point now where it's just like dead,
I
basically.
was gonna say if it's still a thing, I don't even remember if
Nah,
it's still a
they,
thing.
I think you remember they put out a statement saying that, after, I think it was Aquaman and Lola Bunny, I think. Those are the last 2 characters, and then they were like, "Yeah, we're ceasing, updates after that," basically. I
Fair.
can't remember if they're shutting down the whole thing so no one can play it, or they're just stopping the updates. I feel like it was just stopping the updates. I don't think
Stopping the
they're shutting the
updates
whole
would be better because, like, at least whoever is still sticking around, like that core fan base still gets to play it. Because
Yeah,
I think
I
that's
think
a
it is,
shittier
yeah.
thing, innit? Like that's been happening a lot, and it's like all these like online only games, that everybody like not everybody, but like people fall in love with, and they're like, "This is my forever game," and then they're like, "Okay, it's gone now." Servers are shut down. There's nothing left. There's no offline
Yeah.
version. Bye bye.
I think, like, there's still I think you can still play it, but I don't think they've shut the whole thing down completely. I don't thi I
Okay,
didn't
that's
hear
fine
about
then.
that anyway, if that's the case. I don't think so.
Well, yeah, that's fine then. It's just because a lot of games do that.
Yeah, it's
So
being a
like,
more recent thing, yeah,
yeah, like
100%, yeah.
preservation is like awful because it is literally
Yeah.
just like, okay, cool, it's gone. It's dead. You're done. Because Ubisoft shut down the
Mm.
original the crew, and
Oh,
then
right.
it was like a big thing about preservation. A lot of people actually still
Mm,
played the original crew, so then they people started suing because they're like, well, you literally just ripped it away from us. You know, this game, you shut down the servers. We have no access. We had to spend money as well because even though it was a game you could buy on a physical disc, it was still sort of like a games as a service. You could still do microtransactions and stuff. So like for a lot of people, they're like, I invested my life in this, and you didn't even consider, you didn't even care to make like an offline version or something.
yeah.
You didn't. They also took it into their own hands to like take down like fan servers, you know, like people who are of their own love of the game, making servers just to keep it alive, like
Ye
personal
that
servers,
is
and
yeah.
they were like, no, it's dying. That's it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
So
okay, they're
so
literally
it
just yeah.
like escalated into a bigger thing, and I'm not gonna get into my issues with
Yeah.
Ubisoft because I'd be here
I
all
mean,
day.
yeah.
It's so common as well. You hear a lot of stories like that, you know, where they're like, "Yeah, now we're done with it. The company, what for whatever reason, we don't have the source code, we don't have anything. We just got it's all just gone." I've always wondered it in general, right? I've always wondered how these stories come about, like that. You're like, we spend all this time making this thing,
Mhm.
and at no point has anyone saved the disk. You know, like because
Yeah.
there's normally they normally make like a it used to be that, like, going gold or, like, the final
Yeah.
version, there was you always used to see the dev team with the CD, you know, and it's the
Mm.
written in Sharpie or whatever, and it's like, "Oh, you know, final version," or whatever.
Yeah.
You're like, "But how does that just go walkies, right?" And they're like, "We don't have the source code, we don't got nothing." I understand
Mhm.
that's a lot of files to keep, right?
But, like,
But you're
surely
like,
just
isn't
have
yeah.
that yeah.
Doesn't your team or something, your business, have a vault in the IT, a server
Yeah.
that shit just lives on? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what I don't understand how it just goes missing, like it never
Like,
existed.
surely, like, you just like, even, like, no matter how old that content is, you want a copy of it, just, like, whatever might go down, like, no matter what happens, you can be like, "Yeah, okay, I need that shit to, like"
I mean, like, I don't know. Who knows, man? I'm a hoarder in every aspect. I will say, but even for Culture Boys, almost anything that's been
Mhm.
created for this show, I have on a
Mhm.
hard drive. Like,
Yeah.
I have
Yeah, you got the
hoarded.
yeah. I think as a creative though, it's the best way to have that kind of thing because you're gonna need those files, like whatever like the case may be. Like there might be something that you want to do with them or whatever. Like, like just to have it as a copy, like stored somewhere.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, obviously, the only files I don't have are like the
mm,
files for the videos that you edit,
yeah, yeah,
right? But like almost every PNG that we use for a background like in the video version, I have almost every single one saved. I've deleted a few because we've changed up the way
yeah.
like I make you know put the links and stuff. Like I used to use like a little banner instead, and then we got rid of that because it didn't look as good. But like so some of the earlier ones I've deleted because like I've had to remake them.
Mm.
But like yeah, even for something so simple as this, I've saved I don't know how many thousands of PNGs.
Yeah.
I have you know, every single one of my raw audio recordings.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
have every single version of the audio only version of the podcast. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I don't know how someone somewhere on the team hasn't just hoarded everything.
Yeah. It's like just to like have it somewhere. Like that's one thing. You just need that shit. You can't just like get rid of it. Like the thing is, like, because you I know you said like you've kept all the stuff there. And I know you've told me that before, so I'm like, okay, cool, he's got it. I've had hard drive problems like multiple
Mm,
occasions where like half that content, like I've managed to like just about scrape together, like managed to get the project files and like a lot of like the source bits, like to make keep editing Cultured Boys. There's been times where it's like, okay, cool, I have that those resources. I still have those, but like a lot of the older episodes that I've edited, like have literally gone because of hard drive issues. So like I think it's only up until like I think episode 126 or 150 that I
Wow.
actually have project files for now because the hard like my old hard drive just got absolutely destroyed. So
I only have the final versions of all the episodes you've edited because I download them
mhm.
directly off of our YouTube channel
Yeah. So
and
you've
still
got
save
those.
them.
That's why yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I have at least I have every episode.
Mhm.
So if everything just went up in flames
Yeah.
on not on our side, like I would still
Yeah.
have a library of it.
All that content, yeah, that's good. Like, because I know that's one thing, Nathan.
Yeah,
I know. I'm glad you told me that before. Because well, you told me this like about think like even like when it was like 20 episodes in or something like that, or like whenever it was, like way, way, way back when we first started. I think you told me that. Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
much almost from day one. It's always been on a hard drive. It's actually on two hard drives because I have the main
yeah.
one and then I have the backup one that has all the files, most of the files backed up too, in case something happens to the main one.
It's it's a good way to keep all that stuff. Oh my days.
Again, I'm just a
Um,
hoarder.
yeah. That's
I want to
good.
keep
It's
it.
good.
Like
100%. No, no, no. It's good. Like honestly, like I'm glad you have kept all that kind of stuff because it'd be just needed.
I mean,
Like
again, the
it's what like
PNG
all the stuff.
library is
Yeah,
brilliant. Sometimes you send me a request list, and the first thing I do is go through the old files first, because I'm
yeah.
like, sometimes it's only like one or two. Sometimes
Mm.
there's been a few where I'm like, I don't have any of these. I have to go. I literally just have to get everything fresh. But like, there's sometimes you sent me a list, and half the list I'm like, I already have that, already have that, already have
Yeah.
that. I'm like,
I
wicked.
think that's why I'm not too. I was like, okay, he has like some of those things. I think the more recent one, more because we've been doing a lot more talking about animes we haven't talked about before.
Hmm.
Or like, or we might like there might be like one image that like, oh, because we spoke
Oh yeah,
like
like
for example, like your
Hunter
line April
Hunter
or something like that.
manga.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That one is like I remember that one from probably like day one or something, like because I
Yeah.
remember that was one of our first episodes that we did was talking about our favorite manga series, and I know or like second one probably because it was gaming was the first one. Um, but I remember that was one of the first requests I sent for it. Um, anyway, like well, the first 10 anyway, I guess or 20 whatever it may be. But like I know like obviously there's a lot of things when we like did a whole episode on Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
It was like, oh yeah, I need this character, I need this character, I need this character. So like an episode like that is gonna be like, oh shit, there's a lot
Yeah.
more that we touch on. So there's got a lot more. The funny thing is about that Hunter x Hunter episode is though, is that like I asked for like a few images because I usually send Nathan like a few image requests when I finish an audio edit. And I listen to the whole thing. I'll be like, yeah, cool, get this, get this. And then when I watched it back and started play like putting images to audio, I was like, I've got this God image, right? And I haven't really used it at all because like I realized how little we actually spoke about Gon in like as an individual
Yeah.
character in the wider scheme of that episode.
Yeah.
Because we spoke about Killua, we spoke about like Kurapika, Leorio, right? Load of even smaller characters than that. Like we spoke about more than Gon. Which is wild to me when
Yeah.
I look back at it. I was like, it's probably gonna be now because I'm gonna be the one editing this as well. I'm probably gonna use that God image that you said. I'm gonna use it as getting
Eee.
its use now. That's when it's getting its use.
What is I guess because like I actually don't know why we didn't. I'm
Like
trying
I
I'm
think it
trying to
was.
think back and I have no idea why we
I'll tell you
didn't.
what it is. It's because like when we did talk about Gone, it was like we were talking about him in like the wider like arc sense.
Mm.
So it didn't make sense to me to do an image of Gone for 2 seconds and then flick back to the arc because when we did talk about the Chimera Ant arc, for example, it'd be like,
I was
oh
gonna
yeah,
say that's
the
probably
look at
why we
Gone was
talked about
doing,
him. The
yeah,
transformation,
it
like,
would,
oh yeah, man, he's brooding, man's
yeah.
gonna he's losing it. He's losing it, man.
Because we would have like talked about how Gon reacted to a certain character, like like Gon trying to
Yeah.
save Kite, or like it would have been like Gon's interaction with Pito. Like it was like all those kind of like different things. It wouldn't make sense to have the solo Gon image by itself, which is weird.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, he's a standard shonen pro tag, isn't it? Like he's just
Yeah.
Punch
Well,
Kid, Fight Kid.
I was talking to funny enough, one of my friends has started watching Hunter x Hunter, and,
Hey, nice.
she's got, like, 2/3 the way through it. So she's like you blitzed through Hunter x Hunter, she's also massively blitzing through it, and it was weird because I was having a separate conversation on a group chat, and while I'm editing the episode, I was like, "This is weird. I feel like I'm having the same conversations."
Deja vu.
1, I've had the same conversation. 2, I'm editing that conversation, like, about 2 weeks after I've had it. And 3, I'm
That's
also having a
amazing.
very similar conversation on a WhatsApp group. So it's like a lot of it was like, "Whoa, this is weird. This is like a very weird situation that is like kind of all
Pepe,
aligned a little
Pepe,
bit."
wake up. You need to wake up, Pepe. Stop having the Hunter x Hunter dream, Pepe.
Ah, Takashi, is that you?
Hello, Pepe-san.
Ah, Takashi sensei. Well, I don't know why I put the accent. I don't know why I did that. Oh, subarashi. God damn it. Oh, what have you been up to recently, Dave? What you been playing? Anything you've been like playing or watching or reading?
Uh,
Anything?
dude, I've been doing so much. I
Yeah.
I'm still just like blitzing my way through my anime list.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing. I've started picking up stuff to play in my
Mm-hmm.
spare time now as well. Um, yeah, dude, I'm just sort of like back at it again.
Yeah, that's nice. What animes you been watching recently?
So I finished Haikyuu recently. I finished some isekai, and then I'm
Yeah.
making my way through Bluelock at the moment.
Oh, okay. Exciting.
Yeah.
Like,
So
what
that's
part of Blue Lock are you at right now?
so the last episode I watched, I think I'm only halfway through it. I think it's season
Mm-hmm.
2, episode 30 or 31. And so it's Bluelock versus the Japan U20,
Right. Yeah.
and the match has just started.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So right. Okay. Yeah. Um. So it's kind of like the start of season 2. Basically, you got to
Yeah.
that point. Where it's, okay. Cool. Is at that point now as well where you're getting to the bit where everyone was complaining because of the animation.
I've been waiting for it, right? Because like I know of that bit, and we spoke about it briefly several times on this show itself. So like now that
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
finally
Yeah.
here, I've been sitting there waiting, and I'm like, is this the part? I was like, no, it can't be, because this looks like season 1. This looks fine, and I'm like, it's literally every episode. I'm like, is this the part? I'm like, no, 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 no,
Yeah.
no.
I think people found the complaints kind of midway through season 2. Probably is at the
Okay,
start, like early mid kind of. You'll probably get to the point eventually where you're like, oh, because you'll be looking for it. This is the one thing.
I've already been looking for it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's the one thing. You're actively looking because obviously that's what it's kind of known for. But animation aside, I think Blue Lock is like a fantastic series. It's one of those ones where like I've got up to the point where like I finished season 2 and I was like, I want to read the manga now because I don't know when I'm going to get season
Mhm.
3. And it consistently carries on. You think, how are they gonna like wrap this thing up? Like, but then it goes beyond, and you think, oh shit, they're going beyond. What? How's that gonna look? And then you're like,
It's
oh,
gonna be
okay,
like Captain Tsubasa. It's gonna end
yeah,
at some point, and then it's gonna be Blue Lock, the World Tour, World
yeah.
Cup,
Oh, probably,
or Blue
yeah,
Lock Road to 20 something.
yeah. God, yeah, Blue Lock year 2050 or
Yeah,
something.
Blue Lock Golden 11.
Yeah. The great thing is about Blue Lock is that like they're all fucking narcissists. So
Oh my god, it's so
yeah,
funny,
yeah,
especially because like I'm watching. Obviously, I'm doing stuff at the same time, so I've left the dub on, right?
yeah, yeah.
And it's just really funny sometimes, like when it's like, oh, I need to break myself down and build myself back up so that I could win. I'm scoring.
It's like that's the one thing. Like, you know when people like say, "Oh, I don't know, anime's a bit too weird sometimes," and you're like, What do you
Yeah.
mean? No, it's not. And then you're like, oh shit, yeah, okay, yeah.
It's
Like out of
Blue
context,
Lock.
this is
Blue Lock in the dub, if you're not paying attention, sometimes gives you the most anime cringe lines, but it's really, really
yeah.
funny. Because it's like, what was it? The second round selection or something when he teams up with
Yeah.
Shido or the King, right? And he's
Oh
like,
yeah,
"Don't get in my way, donkey!" And you're like,
yeah.
"Oh, I'll devour him. That's the only way I'm gonna win. I need to
It
evolve."
is
And you're like, what the fuck is going on?
it is like I think it's because it's like football as well. It's not even like just because
That's the
it's
best part. You're
like
like,
yeah.
I think especially because like it's football. So I'm like, part of my brain is like, oh yeah, sports series. I love this. And then part of my brain is like still that British kid that sits there as the outcast that doesn't care. So like sometimes I listen to it and I'm like, yeah, goal, score the goal, oh my god. And then other times I'm like, mate, calm down. It's only fucking football. Like it's only a fucking
Imagine
game.
if like we were like in primary school, secondary school, when like we would have been playing football or whatever. Imagine if you started shouting at the other kids, "I'm gonna devour you!" or like, "You donkey!" Like people be
Yeah.
like, "Yeah,
Right.
not playing football with this
Either
kid
that or
anymore.
you
He's looking
fucking
too
turn
weird."
around like, that was my goal. Do it again, I'll kill you.
Yeah. It's too much. It's too like I mean, the thing is with Blue Lock, like the thing you like about it is that the story does keep you like is in suspense. It's like it's a lot of like suspenseful stuff. And it is kind of like, oh, okay, see how this goes. But like it is just insane at the same time. It's an insane concept. I like what I love about it is the elimination thing. I think that's where I like
Yeah.
get like, oh, okay, who's gonna get like knocked out this time or whatever, and it's like, oh, what's happened there? And then you get like the most random characters that stick around for like, how the fuck are you still here? Like the kid from like the monastery, the monk
Yeah,
kid.
him. The guy that was the lowest rank of building 5. Like,
Yeah.
he's still yeah, I know. I think the worst part is though, is I finish so the way Crunchyroll does it is like you finish season 1 and then there's like the Nagi special, like the
Oh, the
movie.
movie. Yeah, yeah,
But it ends with the Blue Lock 11 team just before they walk out to play the U20 team. But in season 1, it ends before the selection, right? So
yeah. Right.
you end up getting spoiled on who's on the fucking Blue Lock team before
Oh,
you've even
okay,
seen them
right.
play the selection games.
Oh. Okay, no, that kind of that's
Yeah,
okay,
I
no, that's
literally
okay,
watched the
that
movie and was like, okay, cool, yeah, Nagi, whatever. Like, Nagi's an alright
yeah,
character, I guess. I don't care about
yeah.
Reo at all, but whatever. I mean, let's
I
face it,
mean,
that's what Nagi's
it
story is that he's just a guy who's plays lots of games and then Reo fucking sees him do one cool thing and then doesn't leave him alone ever again.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Reo is definitely a narcissist. Anyway, I don't care about Reo. But it was just the fact that it was like, yes, I'm making the Blue Lock team. We're taking on Japan's U20 team. Here's a movie that tells you who's on the 11 side before you even see the selection games or how they get
That
there.
is infuriating. Okay, yeah, that'd be like, I'd be pissed off with that as well.
Bro, the worst thing is that's like I probably had to watch like 6 or 7 episodes before I saw who was actually on the team in the
Yeah.
the actual series. So I'm like, great, you spoiled me for fucking there was 7 episodes that I basically were like, oh, I don't who gives a shit now.
Yeah, you just that is bad. That's really bad. I didn't see the movie because I like Nuggy's like it's like you said, Nuggy's cool. Not my
Mm,
favorite character in the series, but I think it's one of those ones that everyone goes crazy over. Like like there's always like that random member of like a sports anime or
yeah.
manga that everyone's like, oh, he's my favorite, he's best boy, and all that kind of stuff. He's alright. Like he's like fully like
Well, I mean, like, it's because he's like the quiet kid, isn't it?
yeah, and like he is cool. Like
I'm just like, he's cool, yeah, he's good
yeah,
at football, but at the same time, I'm like, it's just because he's the quiet guy. Literally
yeah.
out of everyone, every fucking other person at Blue Lock, obviously, they're all being trained to be egoists. You know, they're all
Yeah.
being trained to be fucking narcissistic as hell, to be like the number one striker in all the world. But
Yeah.
like outside of it all, they have like different personality. Most of them are basically still the same as on the field. Some of them change, but Nagi is the one that goes from like, "Oh, I'm really good at football and I care now and then look at watch me
Yeah.
go," and then like off the field he's like, "Okay, I'm just gonna go in the corner and play my games and be
Yeah,
really
it's
quiet now."
yeah. Like, the thing is with Blue Lock as well, the character development in it, I don't actually think really kicks in properly until, like, apart from Misagi, who, like, probably just, like, he starts off
Yeah,
quite averagey and then, like, just it becomes, like, more and more narcissistic and, like, egotistical thing.
yeah.
Like, it just becomes more, and then he finds his, like, weird little puzzle quirk that he has, and then, like, "Oh, I've got to rebuild myself," and all this shit. Like, he does that, and
What's
it's
my
like, oh,
formula?
he's
I need to rebuild my formula.
yeah, yeah, and it's like, oh god, like it's that kind of stuff, which is there, is a thing. It's main character stuff. It's fine, but then like I think like
Oh
it's
man.
only like what we'll get into in probably season 3, where a lot of the character development actually happens with those characters we've seen already. Like I feel like
Wow.
that's where you kind of like you got like that was it the top 5 or top 6 or whatever, where it was like, oh yeah,
Top
here
5,
was
yeah.
like it was the top 5, and then it was yeah, it was Nagi that got added into it, right? As
No,
a extra one.
Nagi's in the top 5. It's his other friend, I forget his name, but he's the brunette with the, like, yellow highlights, the one that was, like,
Yeah.
little childish. He's like, "Oh, I play with the monster."
Bachira, yeah,
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 Bachira,
that
yeah,
was
there
it,
you
yeah.
go. Yeah, him. He was
He was the
he's
sick one, yeah.
6. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I guess it's one of those ones where, like, those characters that are established right there, they get fleshed out a lot more, like, what I've read in the manga anyway. Like, because the thing is, I've found a way of reading it, and then it just got, like, I got up to date, and then they just update it really weirdly, so I just didn't bother continuing
Oh,
on.
fair.
That was like about probably about 5 months ago at this point, where I was just like, "Oh, cool, I want to read the manga." Then I read the manga, and then I caught up to the manga, and then it just stopped. It just started being like really hard to read in like terms of translation wise, so I just left it. Um, it's one of those like those characters do get fleshed out a lot more. You're seeing a lot of different head to heads and stuff, so it's like it is interesting. It does get good with it. Um, but like, you enjoying it then? Are you enjoying Blue Lock for
Yeah.
most part, I
I
guess?
mean,
Yeah.
I'm it's sports series. Like generally I love my sports series and it's fun. It's been cool. It's different because again, normally, in every other sports series, especially following up from Haikyuu, where
Oh,
it's
it's
like
yeah.
the team, everyone is the team, let's all get together and we're gonna win this as a group. And then you got Blue Lock where it's like, fuck you, I do it myself.
You've literally gone from one of the like most team
Yeah.
friendly sports animes to the fucking like, I fucking hate you. You're an asshole.
Yeah, literally.
This is my goal. I'm selfish. Like it's
The
completely
mo
different
yeah,
series.
I've gone from like polar opposites, like full on
Yeah.
teamwork to just like egotistical, like it's just me. There's no I in team,
Yeah.
which is ironic because then they get forced to make a team.
Yeah, it's so funny because like you always have like it's what's his face, like, is it Gagamaru, the guy that like is like kind of like really
Yeah.
absent-minded or whatever, but he's always the goalkeeper, and it's like, you know what, Gagamaru, like no matter how much you want to be a striker, you're gonna be the goalie here. They just keep
I
putting him in
love
goal. He
I
like
I love the explanation because that was like the second to last episode I watched, and he was like,
oh okay.
Ego was like, "Yeah, you're the goalkeeper. You've got good reactions and reflexes, so you'll be perfect as our shield." And you're like,
Yeah.
"Bruh, you just put him in goal." Like,
This is one thing as well. Like, I feel like being in a place where like you're meant to be, like you're supposedly craving to score goals and stuff like that, where you're like, oh, I've got to be a striker. I've got to be the number one striker. Like being placed in goal is probably the biggest disrespect ever, right? Because you like at least like some of the other ones, you
yeah.
can be like, oh, okay, like there's a slight chance that a defender might be able to get onto the other side of the court, like,
I see.
and
I was gonna
score.
say defense backwards. If you're trying to be the number one striker in the
Yeah,
world, defense backwards is pretty rough because
yeah,
you
like it.
probably won't be pushing forward that much.
No. you're more
you'll
there
probably
to
the
yeah.
furthest you'll go is probably midfield. So like an all striker team, midfield onwards is
Yeah, it
great
is.
because you will be
Yeah.
pushing forward, and you even in
Yeah.
midfield you might be likely to score a goal. Depends on formation and stuff, but like, yeah, if your defense backwards, yeah, you're
Yeah,
fucked.
you're not gonna do much. Yeah. It's like it's one of like so like having like Gagamoto just there, like, okay, cool. Like it
Bruh,
just
it's just really hilarious how it's turned out because it's like, yeah, we're trying to revolutionize Japanese soccer. And then it's like, I'm training all of these diamonds in the rough to become the world's best striker, an egoist to be the number one by themselves. And then they're like, right, we need to make a team. Everybody, I'm going to still challenge you, but you gotta play a position.
No. And it's like it's bizarre. It's a really weird way to do it. Like I don't it is what it is of it. It's funny, but
I mean,
yeah.
ultimately, football is football. Like outside of goalkeeping, I've generally most people will be able to fill in for a position in
Yeah.
football, but it is sort of just like really really funny to
Mm.
be like, cool, yeah, I am gonna be the number one in the world. I'm gonna be like Ronaldo and Messi and Pele. And by the way, the right,
Yeah.
you're the right wing. You're the back. You're left defense.
It's just like okay, great. I love that they still like some of those characters do still have the motivation to be like, ah, I'm defense right now, but just you wait, I'll
Yeah.
make a striker in no time. You're like, no, you're not.
I I
You're not the
also
main
love that
character
it's
here.
like still sort of grounded, but they still do the kind of like Kuroko, like my special
Oh my,
skill,
yeah,
my
yeah,
thing
yeah,
that no one else has. He's the
yeah.
fastest. He's
Yeah.
just a genius. He's got the
He's
eagle
the
eye.
chameleon. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
here's the chameleon boy. He's like
I
fucking
love I
like,
love the Karasu or
oh
Crow,
fucking hell.
where it's
Yeah,
just like,
yeah. It just
imagine in a real football match, right? Dude comes on
yeah.
and he takes on two people on the field, and his special skill is to have the perfect distance, but he still puts his hands up. I'm like, a ref would probably call you out on that after like
Yeah.
2 times of doing that, 2 or 3 times. Like, if you're
Yeah.
actively got your hands up, keeping them away from you so they can't tackle you, yeah,
Yeah.
you're probably getting at least a
Yeah,
yellow card.
yeah. It doesn't fucking matter in Bluelock, mate. Anything goes.
Yeah,
And like like we had this conversation in the Captain Tsubasa episode as well, where it's like,
yeah.
wonder if they go by the offside rule or anything like this. I don't think the offside rule exists in Bluelock either. I don't think that exists at all. They just running. I haven't seen like one thing being called out. Like not,
No, they haven't actually. No, they should have. Actually, thinking about it, yeah, you're right. There's several instances where they
yeah.
should have had the offside rule because there's those long passes, and then they make a fucking break for it behind the
Yeah.
defensive line.
Because defense always
So
looks back like, what? How did he get
yeah,
there? And he like,
but it's only offside if he touches the ball before the defenders move. There are still instances
right,
though where that does
okay,
happen,
yeah,
but
yeah,
the you could argue for the case that, as soon as they touch the ball, somebody's actually moved to get
mm,
in their way anyway, so it's not technically
yeah.
offside, but I'm pretty sure there's a few instances where offside rule would have played. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
It feels like there should have been. That's one thing when it comes to I think we had this conversation in the Captain Tsubasa episode, but like, for a fact they pick and choose which rules they want to follow by
I
in
mean,
terms
yeah,
of like
like, you
yeah, like
would
in
not have
sports park, yeah.
a fucking intensive institution to train egoist strikers forwards, right? And then be like, offside,
Yeah.
reset, free kick. That was offside. Yep.
Yeah, let's go. Okay, cool. Reset, guys. Go on. Let's go, man.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I think there was only one time in the anime that they were like, "Oh, that's a throw in," and I'm like, if you watch real football, the amount of times the fucking ball goes off the field
Yeah.
and they have to throw it back in, like the other, you see throw-ins almost as much as you see the actual fucking game.
Yeah, oh, 100%. Yeah, it's like, I think it's with Bluelock as well, it feels like it's, either, oh, they score or, like, nothing happens. Like, that's one thing, like, it's, like, they like, oh, it's, oh, it hit or it hits, or it's, or it, like, kind of, like, it hits hits the bar. They, like, regardless, like, no one's ever kicking it out of bounds. It's always like, "Oh, shit, it rebounded off the fucking the the goal or something like that. Oh, okay, then run back up." Like, it's just non-stop. It's
Off the
just non-stop.
goal
Yeah,
or
yeah.
someone saved it. Yeah. It's been a fun time though.
It is, but no, that's one thing. Like, we'll say all these things about it, but I think it is like it's a great watch,
I get it.
100%.
Honestly,
It's a
I
fun,
get it.
yeah, yeah,
I don't know what my next series will be when I'm done with that, but like, maybe not another sports one because like I've
yeah,
just run through
yeah.
like
If you've
two of
gone
them.
back to back with Haiku, yeah. What ones, like, so you've like watched that, obviously, Hunter x Hunter, which is like a shonen-y one. You've done an isekai. You've done two
Yeah,
sports ones back to back.
I always try and like mix it up. So I don't know. I might rewatch something
Oh yeah,
just
what are you
cause.
thinking?
I'm not sure yet.
What kind
To
of
be
what kind of
fair,
series are you feeling? Like, what kind of like genre are you feeling?
that's the thing. I don't know beforehand. It's when you're just scrolling through the list and then you're like, oh, okay, I'll just watch that. Like, not that the list like what I literally the moment the Crunchyroll app was available on my
Mhm.
TV,
Yeah.
like
Ah, okay, that's what it
I
then.
I
Like,
went
that's when you.
through I went through the entire available library and I was like, add. So like there's a lot of stuff and obviously it's Crunchyroll, so there's even more stuff being added. So I haven't updated the list. But yeah, I don't know, man. Who knows? I might end up doing another sports one. There's a couple
Yeah.
of like sumo series on there. I might rewatch. I might go back and re-experience Hinamaru Zumo. Who knows?
I was about to say, yeah, because like that's what, because you obviously read the manga with it, but you never
Yeah,
watched the anime with it, so it's like a little different. You didn't get yeah, so it's another way of experiencing it.
that's what I was thinking as well. Because it's like there's a bunch of them on there.
You get to the point though where the anime will end, but obviously it won't have an ending because I think it only had one or two seasons,
Oh
so it never
man!
actually. So the anime never actually finished where the manga was. So
Wow. So there's probably a bunch of people out there that don't even know. I won't say it. I'm not. I won't spoil the like ending. But
to be fair, I haven't read the ending of it. I don't think I did anyway. No,
you didn't
no, I
finish it.
definitely didn't. No, I didn't finish it. No, I think I dropped. It's one of
Wow.
those ones that I end up dropping. I've dropped a lot of series though. To be fair, like, remember, like, we used to read like almost everything in
Yeah.
Jump, didn't we? That was one of the ones where I think I just didn't continue on. It was
Wow.
good. It was good. I just don't think I don't think I finished it. I can't remember the ending if it is. And
I
usually I would have
definitely
remembered
finished
something
it.
like that. Yeah,
Hinamaru Zumo at the time, like, I definitely finished. I remember just because it was like, "Oh, sumo series, like, that's different."
yeah.
Also, again, it's also sports, so
Yeah, I think it's like one of those where like I did really enjoy it. It's just it just got cut. So there's a lot. I think there's probably a bunch of other ones that I didn't. I never finished Mashal.
I never finished that either. But that was because of burnout, not because I didn't like it.
No, that again, yeah, it's the same thing. It's like, I think I think I've said this before, that the only series I really read now consistently is One Piece, Ichi the Witch, Himaten, and Sakamoto Days. I think.
One Piece is all I read.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, it's one of those things. One Piece you have to keep up to date because the fucking
Mm.
spoilers are just so bad out there that you have to kind of
Well,
keep up with
it's
it.
also hilarious because it's like when I don't keep up with One Piece, that's when all of our group chats that have all the One Piece fans fucking blow
Yeah.
up, and I feel like I don't know what's going on, and then I have to avoid group chats because I'm like, I don't know what's happening, and it's probably spoilers. I stay up to date with One Piece, dead.
Hmm.
Fucking no one's saying
Yeah.
nothing. It's all dead.
Oh man. To be fair, like, me and Sam discuss it quite a bit. We'll have to like add you into those conversations as well with it, to be fair. Because I think like Sam just DMs me sometimes, be, oh, have you read this chapter? I'm like, yeah, I read this, and then it's like that's how
I think that's the thing. I think because most of our friends know that I haven't really been
yeah.
reading manga, so it's just like they're probably just like not. including me, because they're like, he probably hasn't read
Yeah.
anything,
I
and
think
it
it's the
wouldn't.
worry of, like, spoiling it. I think that is it.
Yeah,
Like, it's, yeah.
well, because none of I mean, like, especially something like One Piece, none of us want to spoil each other in that.
It's one of those, it's like, there's so much going on in it right now as well, which is, like,
Mm.
insane. Like, I'm really liking the Elbaf arc right now. Lots of, like, cool bits going on.
Oh
But
my
yeah,
god,
maybe that's,
it's
yeah,
got nuts. I can't wait for
it's
the
good.
next chapter.
Yeah, there's so much cool stuff. Like, it honestly, like, it's good. There's a break next week as well, so it's gonna
Ah,
be
god damn it.
That's the one thing of One Piece. It's so it's like it it goes in between those moments where, like, he builds up to a really, like, key moment, and it's like, okay, cool, now I need the break to just, like, recuperate and stuff like that. Understandable, man. As long as Oda stays healthy, that's all I care about, man.
Yeah, I mean, same. That's all I care about. At the
Yeah.
same time, it's like, well, I don't keep up with the news because I don't want any spoilers. I just wait for the chapter.
Mm,
Sometimes I come in,
yeah.
I'm like, cool, One Piece this week. Or I'm like, oh, I forgot to read One Piece. And then I go check the app and it's like, oh, I didn't come out this week. I'm like, okay, then, well, see you later. I guess I'll come back
Yeah.
next week.
I'll
Bye.
tell you what's, like, really good right now. It's the One Piece anime is absolutely freaking popping off because they're doing Kuma's backstory.
Oh, they're on that part of
Yeah.
Egghead.
And it's
Ooh.
at the moment as well. The thing is, they're putting a lot of effort into it because the new opening, because that because they started, like, a couple weeks back, didn't they? Like, or a couple, well, maybe a month ago, doing the anime again. And like, basically, no, it's probably longer than that actually. It's April it started. But what they've done, like, they've basically put the opening and ending are basically dedicated to Kuma and Bonnie, basically. So all of it is
Oh,
all very much Kuma branding. They know exactly what they're doing with it because everyone Kuma's backstory is arguably, for me, like,
that was the best
top.
part of Egghead.
It's yeah. Oh, it was
Easily the best
incredible.
part
Like,
of
everything.
Egghead, but also
Yeah.
in general, like, probably the best backstory.
It's honestly, I think, like, nothing, like, up until this moment, I think Robin's backstory has, like, always been
Mm.
my favorite out of everything's, like, out of all of them. I didn't like it the first time around, but I reread it and I was like, okay, I love this. And then
Kuma's backstory
Kuma's
is like,
backstory is, it's like, if anything's gonna beat Robin's backstory, it's Kuma's backstory because it is just fucking traumatic, but it
yeah.
links everything so well together and everything's so
The only
fucking
thing
brilliant.
that could beat the most tragic story in One Piece is the even more most tragic
Yeah, that's
story in One Piece.
but mate, they've, like, dedicated, like, about 5 or 6 episodes to it, basically.
Okay.
And right now, it's the point that I've just watched. It's where, again, I guess spoilers for One Piece. Don't look at it. It's where, what is it? They've joined the Revolutionary Army, and
Okay.
Ginny's just been taken, and that's how the last episode ended.
Oh no, that
Yeah, so the next episode is gonna be like,
no.
yeah, and that's one thing. It doesn't get any less traumatic after that. Think about it. Like, like, they focus, like, 3 or so episodes dedicated right now. It's gonna be even more fucking traumatic as it goes on. I'm like,
Yep.
my other friend that's only watching the anime of One Piece
Mm.
is like, she said that she doesn't want to watch it week to week. She's gonna wait until all the backstory is done and then
That's
bulk
a
watch
really
it.
good idea, but that's also a really bad idea.
And it's like, it's one of those things that it makes,
Oh
but it's
no.
also like,
Oh no.
it's
That's
literally,
a
oh,
lot
so
of trauma.
you're willing to watch 3 hours of trauma? Okay, good luck to you.
Get the tissues ready. Get them tissues
Yeah,
ready,
it
I tell
is.
ya. Oof. Oof.
Oh man. And on that tragic note, I think we'll wrap it up here. Is there anything else you want to say before?
No, I'm still thinking about it. Like, it
Yeah,
was already bad enough reading the backstory, like,
yeah.
let alone seeing it all in motion. Oh, I can't do that.
Yeah,
Oof.
and it's like one of those like, just watching the first episode of it, I was like, "Fucking hell!" Because they don't even hold back on, like, like, One Piece doesn't often go for, like, the blood kind of stuff or, like, the gore or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like that, like, one of the first scenes in Kuma's backstory, they went dark with it. They were like, "Oh, okay, fuck." Like, it's where where again, spoiler, Kuma's dad gets
Yeah,
killed. Have
as
you
soon
seen
as
the
you
scene?
said
Have you
it,
seen the scene?
I haven't seen the scene, but I mean, like, that's one of the first things I would think of because that's one of the first points of his backstory.
Yeah. But basically, where he gets
Ah,
shot, it's like the
yeah.
blood spatters on Kuma's face while he's still staring, like watching his dad do the Nika dance thing.
Oh
So
no.
he's laughing along with his dad, then suddenly you just see like blood just splatters all over his face, and he's like, huh? Like it is like it's like fucking nuts anyway. For One Piece, it is like shit. They've gone in, they've gone in. But jeez. Okay, yeah, anyway, but like by the time I finish a couple well, by the time I finish today's records, next episode will probably be out, so I'll be like, hey, okay, here's next dose of trauma on a Sunday.
Yay, more trauma. Okay.
Man. But yeah. I guess we'll wrap it up there, guys. If you let us know what you think about any of the things we talked about in this episode. We talked about a lot of different things, but let us know in the comments if there's anything you want to sound off on. And yeah, remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell button for future Culture Boys videos. Check the inside description. We have our podcast platforms there. And we see you guys next time for another Culture Boys episode. Bye bye.
Bye.